Hi everyone. For this project, we're going to learn what it's like to be a full stack developer. So we're going to take a small project. Actually, it's a larger project, but we're going to take a small piece of that project and learn what it's like to be a full stack developer by developing on the front end, the back end, the database, and we're also going to deploy this to the cloud. And what we're going to be building is a landing page service. And I say landing page service instead of landing page because this is a larger system than a landing page, and we'll get into that in a moment. We have a fictitious customer that has requested this system, and so we're going to learn how to break that down into UML, which is Unified Modeling Language, and that's what these boxes and lines are here on this diagram. And so we're going to build a landing page service, and let's go ahead and look at an example of a landing page. You've probably seen these before, I'm sure you have. This one is for Shopify. So Shopify's landing page is quite simple. They have enter your email address here and start free trial, and then a little bit of marketing down below. So very simple and nice page. And we're going to build something very similar. As you can see here, we've got our simple page right there. It's going to look a little bit different because we're going to download a Bootstrap template. So what we're going to use for our stack, like we said, we're going to go ahead and do front end, back end, database, and DevOps, and that's where we're going to deploy it to the cloud. So for the front end, we're going to learn HTML and CSS. Now this is a mini course, so we're going to learn quickly how to do a full stack development. Bootstrap is what we're going to use for our responsive design. That allows us to have this site run on a phone, run on a tablet, and run on a desktop computer. And JavaScript will be our programming language that we use on the front end. Now for the back end, we're going to use Java as our programming language and Spring Boot for our application server. So that's basically our server. Google's Firestore is going to be our database. And we're going to also integrate an email service in there called SendGrid, and that'll allow us to send the automated emails that our fictitious customer is requesting. And then we're going to learn a build tool called Maven that allows us to manage Java projects, build them, run them, and then we're going to go ahead and deploy this application to the cloud. We're going to do Google Cloud Platform, and then we're going to go ahead and install the Google Cloud SDK on our local machine so we can issue commands to upload our application and update our application. All right, so now on to the description of the project. Now our fictitious customer has written a one-page description of what they want, so a few sentences of what it is that they're asking for. And what they want is they have some courses and some digital products that they want people who are interested in to be able to register for emails for updates on those products or launches or courses. So they want those emails to be automated. So the customer signs up for interest in a course, and they want to send an automated email to them that thanks them for registering, and then sends out a scheduled series of emails to update them on when the course is going to be available, what the course has in it. So basically sales marketing emails on a scheduled fashion, automated, so it's pretty much hands-off for the customer. And since they have many products that they want to have, many courses, many digital products, they want customers to be able to register for several products if they want to. And that's why we call this a landing page service instead of a landing page, because it's going to service many landing pages is the idea behind the system. Now, one of the things is they want to tailor the emails to the product and the customer, so it's nice to be able to let them define the emails that they want to send out as a template, so that way they could tailor the emails for each product and customer, and so they can personalize it. They also want to have the emails stop being sent to a customer who was interested and then bought, and stop sending them sales emails, but then start sending them product emails, product update emails, new feature emails, and emails like that. And then they also want to allow the customers to unsubscribe when they are no longer interested in the emails. And also they want to track their advertising, where these customers came from when they actually did register as interested customers for these products. You can advertise on Facebook, Google Ads, email marketing, YouTube, web page. It could come from anywhere, and you kind of want to track that, and that's what this fictitious customer wants to do. So as far as the product itself goes and the description that the customer gave us, we turned it into UML. And Unified Modeling Language is what UML stands for, and it's a bunch of boxes and lines that describes a software system. Some software engineers use this to describe software so that they can keep track of what they're building, and if you're on a team, it helps coordinate the team. And if you have a customer, you could kind of describe the system to them and make sure this is right per their description. So let's go ahead and look at this based on what we read above in the fictitious customer one-page description. So they wanted products. So we've got a class here, or a square, that represents a product. Now, the diamond means one or many. And so in this case, a product can have several campaigns. So a product could be advertised on a web page, on YouTube, on Facebook. And so different campaigns need to be tracked so that the customer wants to know where these customers were coming from so they know which campaign was successful. Now here's the customization on the email template. So there's a template that can be customized by campaign, really. So each product can have different campaigns, and the email address could also be customized per the campaign, not just per the product. So it gets a little bit more detailed there. And then they want to be able to schedule a series of emails. Now, when the customer first signs up, they're going to send an email immediately saying thank you. And then from there, it'll be a series of scheduled emails that get sent to the customer. And then they want their customers to be able to sign their email address up to several products. So again, this is a collection that means many. So many emails can go to a product. So that's how we describe the system based on what the customer gave us as a description. And this should, everything on here plus these words should correlate to something that they described, unless we decided mutually to cut that out. Now, over here is the sign-up flow. So when they actually do click on whatever those ads are and come to this page, they're going to sign up with their email, click the button, just like on the Shopify landing page, and that email address is going to get sent to our server. The email is going to get saved into our database, Google Firestore, and then the automated email is going to get sent out, and they'll also see a message in their browser or on their phone that says thank you for registering, and then they'll start receiving the automated emails if we were to build the entire system. What we're going to actually build is called an MVP, and what an MVP is a minimum viable product, and that's the smallest thing that we can build that we can put in the customer's hands that actually provides value to them, and it also provides value to us. So the smallest thing we can do is cut out a lot of this detail and administrative things and just get their emails address first off, and then we could build the rest of the system. So we can trim the system down by building this part first and then filling in this part. We can do everything here manually at first, with the exception of the automated email that gets sent when they registered, because we'd want the customer to have immediate feedback and not wait for that email to come. So that one will get sent immediately, and then we can go ahead and fill in this system while people are registering. So this is the campaign flow over here in white that we will not be building in this lesson, and course we will build this in another set of courses. And then here's the simple sign-up flow, which is the one where they sign up and send their email down to our server. Now, from the workflow diagram, we go ahead and break that down into a task list. Now, these are the things that we're going to do to build the system. And we break that into a list so that we know, okay, we're going to do step 1, step 2, step 3, and when we're done with all the steps, we're going to have what it is that we wanted to build. And so we broke that down into a landing page service task breakdown, and we went ahead and broke down everything. Typically, you wouldn't do that because things could change as you learn, and maybe the requirements could change from the customer. You typically only need to design the MVP, and you might go a little bit farther than that. This is system small enough that we went ahead and did the whole thing so you can see what it looks like in full. Now, for the part that we are going to build, we're going to publish the landing page for a single product is basically what we're going to do. And here are the tasks to actually accomplish that. So we're going to get a application server up and running. So Spring Boot and Java will be installed locally on our machine just to get something running on our machine. And then we're going to go ahead and get a template from Bootstrap, free Bootstrap templates, and we're going to go ahead and put that into our server. Make sure it's all running on our system first, and then we're going to go ahead and upload it to the cloud on Google Cloud Platform. So this will be running on the cloud and available over the internet as soon as we get past step 2. Now, once we get to step 3, we're going to go ahead and customize it for our business or the business that we're building for our customer. And then we're going to go ahead and allow them to fill in the email and send that to our server, which will go nowhere at first, but that's where we're going to start, and that is the front end so far. Now, for the back end, we're going to go ahead and make something that receives the email and then puts it in the database. So we'll learn how to set up a database, which is fairly simple with Google Cloud Firestore. And then we're going to save the email address into the database. And then we're going to go ahead and come down here to the email response, send out the response email right away when they register, and then pop up a message on our landing page that says thank you for registering. And that is the functional MVP. Now you could go ahead and read through the rest of this where we process emails, have administrative sites, so we're going to want to be able to make logins. And these are in later lessons, so I won't go into too much detail here. You could read through this later on if you want to. And so administrative pages to allow our customer to log in to see who has registered for their products and see their email addresses. And then we get into filling in the campaign flows where we allow them to add products, add campaigns, add email templates, and schedule the tasks. So that is the full system described, and here is our MVP. So landing page, save the emails into the database, and send an email response. So that's the project we're going to be building. We're going to go full stack on this, and thanks for watching, and see you in the lessons.